We all know Guts and his iron fist from Berserk. But did you know his real-life counterpart? And his name is very similar. Today's Chad of history is no other than Götz von Berlichingen, a German knight from the 15th century. He enlisted in the army at just 16 years old and was an imperial knight of the Holy Roman Empire, also dubbed Götz of the Iron Hand, was a Teutonic knight on steroids, and his true life saga reads something like fiction. While most people at that time were happy to achieve the ripe old age of 47, Götz fought the same amount of time in battles. At 20 years of age, he became a private military contractor, and while defending a castle, he invented the Swabian salute. When the besieging army demanded him to surrender, he basically told them to lick his ass. The first kiss my ass in history, and an inspiration for the famous poet Goethe. But this is only the beginning. During the Battle of Landshut, his sword arm was blown off by a cannonball. This would normally end your career as a knight, and in those times most likely unalive you. Not for Guts, though. All he saw was an opportunity to become more cyberpunk. He somehow survived the wound, the blood loss, the shrapnel up his arm, dodged infection, and at those times even found a doctor that didn't just stick leeches to his ball. He got the best blacksmiths and engineers around, who are sadly unknown today, and they put together a marvel of German engineering. With a system of levers and springs, he could manipulate every finger individually, wield his sword, and even sign his name. Now, with his new Iron Man robot hand, he was off to new battles with his mercenary army. He himself lost count of all the battles. In his autobiography, he names 15 of his battles, not counting the times he helped out kings and his buddies. Not to mention all the clobbering he did for his own sake. During all his feuds, he ended up becoming a bit of a German Robin Hood, plundering enemy nobility and even kidnapping a count for ransom. After pissing off half the German nobility and leading a peasant rebellion, the emperor had to get him back under control by threatening to take his castle and making him pay a hefty fine. After convincing the court that he only took lead of the rebellion to prevent even bigger bloodshed, he had to take a vow to retire and chill in his castle. But in 1540, at the age of 60, the emperor needed a high-level warrior to stretch some Turks. So Guts put together his band of over 100 battle-hardened warriors and smacked them out of Hungary back the way they came from. Now, after warming up, he rejoined the imperial army and iron-fisted the French. And then, after almost 50 years of fighting basically every faction in Europe, he returned home and died at the impressive age of 80. To this day, he still has living descendants, and his iron fist and armor are on display in his castle in Jagdhausen. I hope you enjoyed the history of this absolute unit of a knight. If so, make sure to like and subscribe for more Chads of history.